How to Sing Better, your step-by-step guide to singing better. Written by HowExpert Press. Narrated by John H. Feskins. Section 1. Singing 101. Introduction. It doesn't matter what year you were born in. If you have a passion for music, then you know what the greatest songs of all time are, not to mention a little about the voices who wrote those masterpieces. For those whose love rises above listening, for those who wish to become one of the voices behind a timeless piece of music, the dream of becoming a singer is not just an unfathomable hope, it's a reality that requires hard work, strategy, and a little luck. Your family is amazed by your talent. The people around you constantly swoon in your presence, and you have a bit of singing experience behind you, but it's not enough. You want a dome over you and a football stadium around you, overflowing with fans who are screaming your name. You visualize unbelievable amounts of money pouring in. You see yourself on stage wearing the most fabulous clothing and makeup. I hate to wake you from this wonderful dream, but the realities of this dog-eat-dog industry are 1. Not everyone makes it. And 2. In order to become successful, you must make sacrifices, get education, gain experience, and deal with the heartaches involved. Read on to find insights on how to make it in the music business. You'll find at least a couple of pointers you could use to develop your inner diva into a reality. The science of singing. Of course, talent is necessary for anyone just starting off. But like any other art form, singing requires more than the innate ability to sing or play notes in proper tone or pitch. If you dream of becoming a professional musician, you must educate yourself. This is why musicians and artists spend thousands of dollars on voice and instrument lessons. Universities have offered musical bachelor degrees for as long as they've been around, and music classes exist for people who aren't enrolled in school. Even if you think you're already fantastic, there are still hundreds of aspiring musicians who are probably better than you, and improving your skills with lessons will provide you with an edge on the competition. Your voice will only get stronger if you learn what the basics are and practice them vigorously. Vocal coaching is necessary. Practice is a must. Breathing. Breathing is a natural human activity, but very few people know that there is a proper way of breathing that not only distributes a proper amount of oxygen to your body, but also allows you to build stamina as a singer. Breathing is the foundation. It allows a singer to reach low and high notes and sustain them for as long as need be. Imagine singing an unpredictable number of hours a day for concerts, shows, and recordings 5 to 6 days a week. Let's not forget practice. If you don't build the techniques to support your talent, you'll be damaging your vocal cords, which would ultimately destroy your career. Proper breathing. When you sing, your body tenses, and major physiological systems become more stressed. This is especially true for your lungs, abdominal muscles, and diaphragm, all of which make up the cornerstone of breathing. Try this. Put your right hand on your chest, and the left on your upper abdominal area. Breathe in. You'll know you're breathing properly if your chest doesn't rise as you inhale, but your abdomen expands as the air fills the lungs, particularly the bottom part where the diaphragm is located. If your chest rises as you inhale, then you're applying the technique incorrectly. Athletes use equipment to strengthen, enlarge, and harden their bodies so they can convert their potential energy into work that is both powerful and speedy. Singers must use breathing exercises to strengthen their diaphragm. Proper exhaling while singing allows a finer sound to come out. The stronger the diaphragm, the better you will be at singing. Try this. Remember to inhale properly as instructed. Breathe in slowly for 2 seconds. Hold your breath by contracting your abdominal muscles for 2 seconds. Let 2 seconds pass before exhaling in a controlled manner. Repeat these exercises while increasing the number of seconds you inhale, then hold your breath for a moment before expelling the air from your lungs. In the beginning, you'll probably find it hard to exhale for 25 seconds. But as you strengthen the diaphragm, you'll improve your control. Push yourself to the limit as you go along. This is akin to weightlifters adding more weight to their equipment. Vary the intervals, or the times of inhalation, hold, and exhalation. Practice inhaling quickly while inhaling as much air needed to fill the bottom part of your lungs without creating too much noise. It's difficult, but this is exactly how a trained singer does it. Songs have phrasings, and often the only time that he or she can breathe is the fraction of a moment before an ensuing note. Try the exercises while on your back or laying face down. Stand against a wall or find a more awkward position while keeping your head parallel to your torso. These exercises are especially helpful for singers who try musicals that require movement or singing while maintaining various positions. Also, try the exercises while jumping up and down or dancing, varying the speed of movement as time goes on. This will build control and stamina for fast songs or musical dance, whatever may be your performance of choice. Breathing properly will take a conscious effort for a while, but as you practice, it will become second nature. The exercises may also make you feel dizzy in the beginning. This is because as your body is drawing oxygen, your metabolism is increasing. Vocal exercises. Never sing without warming up. You do not run or exercise without stretching or warming up, so you cannot use your diaphragm without preparation, unless you want to hurt yourself or be booed off stage. Scales. Ignorant folks may ridicule you for singing la 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 or amore in ascending and descending scales, but that's because they're uninformed. Songs have varying melodies with different notes, which you will need to sing as seamlessly as possible. Practicing these notes and the techniques to reach them using different registers are best done with scales. Scales do not only improve your attack on each note, they also sharpen your intonation, pitch, and pronunciation. Suggestions. If you know how to play the piano or any instrument that would permit you to sing along, do it. If you do not play an instrument, consider asking someone who can. You can also record the scales so you can warm up alone next time. If you do not have help, audio materials for vocal exercises are available online as free downloads or for purchase, or you can visit a music store for CDs. Use breathing and vocal exercises on a regular basis. If you dream of the lucrative and successful life of a singer or performer, allotting at least 30 minutes every day for exercise is a very good idea. Vocal coaching. Even the best and most popular singers have vocal coaches. Having someone direct and instruct you is still a good way to keep your techniques in check. You'll pick up a few more techniques as you go along. If you watch American Idol, you'll find the show's talented contestants still have a lot to learn from vocal coaches who guide them through breathing and vocal exercises. They are even instructed on how to showcase their range on their song picks. So, instead of banking on your talent alone, invest on getting instruction from reputable vocal coaches, and you will notice marked improvement. Stage presence. No matter how good your recorded voice sounds, people expect to be entertained when they come to see you perform. If they cannot feel the connection, they might as well turn the radio on and listen to someone else. You have to give your fans their money's worth, and in order to keep people engaged and interested in supporting you, you have to make sure that every performance is memorable. Stage fright is your greatest enemy. You cannot succeed as a singer if you can't sing in front of a crowd. Seasoned performers have loads of help. They have scriptwriters, musical directors, choreographers, dancers, special effects engineers, and other production staff to help wow the audience. You, aspiring singer, have only yourself and maybe a few hands to rely on. Everybody gets nervous, even those who have years of experience under their belt. That said, remember, each time you step on stage is a chance to showcase who you are as an artist. However, as you're starting out, you'll only get a few minutes to prove yourself to the audience. Tips. Find the type of music that suits your voice and focus on learning songs from this style. Keep in mind that you have to learn other genres for versatility, but always choose at least a couple of musical styles you're an expert in. You cannot survive as a professional singer if you have a limited repertoire. Learn as many songs as you can, and turn them into your own by applying your own style. If you have your own compositions, all the better. Just keep in mind that since you're just starting out, you'll probably be safer covering more popular songs that the audience already loves, while adding or changing the songs a bit to fit your style so they'd recognize your originality. Create a set. A singing gig often requires a couple or 3 sets, each with at least 8 to 12 songs. Pick out the best songs that you can sing comfortably from your repertoire and arrange them accordingly. Remember that your sets should have varying tensions to keep the audience interested. You may start with a couple of upbeat songs before transitioning to more subdued ones, then end with songs that are a little more challenging. but always make sure to arrange the set around a climax. However you choose to embellish your sets is up to you, but your gig should ultimately end with a song that would showcase your greatness. Plan your spiels. As a singer, you are expected to engage your audience by talking to them. The simplest way to do this is by relating some of the songs on the set list to yourself. Don't just introduce the title and composer of the music. Let the audience onto some personal details that connect you to the song. Talk to the audience as you would talk to your friends. Choose the moments to stop within your sets to speak to a couple of people or to the entire crowd. Ask them how they're doing. Tell a story. Make jokes. Keep it natural and informal. Sing your heart out. Now, this is crucial. I've seen a lot of singers get on stage and do their thing, but very few ever made me say, wow. Some singers merely rely on their voice. The truth is, sometimes singers have to be actors. If you haven't had the experience that the song describes, you'll have to put on a different face. The easiest way to interpret a song is to pick one that you like and emotionally relate to. If you understand the song on the emotional level, you'll find that interpreting the words as though you are telling a personal story helps in making you sound more real. Movements, blocking, and props. If you're performing from a smaller stage, you'll have limited space to move about. If the stage is huge, you'll be free to walk as you sing. The basic rule is that you'll need to sing parts of your songs looking at every angle of the audience. If you are talking to a group, you'd be facing every possible person there is, right? The same principle applies to singing, only this time, the larger the audience and venue, the greater the movement required of you. Where and when applicable, walk around the stage, engage the audience by singing to them. Do not be afraid to flick your hands, raise your arms as if to touch them, or move your hips to the rhythm. If you will be singing fast songs, I suggest you practice choreographed movements. The best performers are the ones that can sing and dance at the same time, so you will have to learn to bust a few moves, so to speak. You may also need to use some props for dramatic effects. Sitting on a high chair while singing mellow songs is a common practice, but it's really effective for lounge acts. This also gives you a chance to rest the lower part of your body for a few minutes. As you get the chance to perform on stage more frequently while using these tips, you'll notice your stage presence improve. Talking to the audience will become natural. Get on stage gushing confidence, even if you have to pretend you are invincible until you're more used to it. Be positive.